Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your June 2020 mid-month general reading. So we are looking at the last half of June, the last couple of weeks. This reading is for the water sign of Cancer, our lovely crabs. That's Cancer Sun, Moon, Rising. If your Venus is in Cancer, if you are cross-watching for a Cancerian. As you know, general readings always resonate. They mean a little something different to everybody who watches them because everybody, of course, has different things going on in their lives. So make sure to watch all of your sign videos if you know them, if you can. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Because they can each bring in little bits of information that can help give clarity into what's going on in your life right now. If any of the readings do resonate with you, and you'd like to reach out for a personal reading, get information on a personal reading, take a deeper look at something, just click on the description link below, click on the little arrow that pulls down information. You'll see some contact details there, my email address. You can email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to work with you, and I can usually respond with more info within the first day. And since I do readings full-time, I'm pretty diligent at working with everyone's schedule and my own to get readings scheduled for you as quickly as possible. So email me if you're interested. Welcome, everyone. I hope that you are all continuing to stay safe and well and healthy amidst all the pandemic restrictions, the protests. I hope everyone is doing well. Thanks for taking the time to tune in today. And thank you to everyone who has continued to support this channel with your likes, your shares, your subscribes, your donations, your comments, all of it. Thank you so much. All right, so let's dive right into this reading for Cancer for the last half of June. For those of you who want to know or need to know, I am using the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. Okay, Cancer, we begin with the Ace of Swords, followed by the Sun, the King of Coins, followed by the Chariot. From the bottom of the deck, your overall energy focus for the last half of June is the Emperor. So the Emperor is your overall energy or focus. Now, for some of you, this might be a person external to you. This could be an Aries. We do have Aries attached to the Aries energy attached to the Emperor. It could also be the energy around a father or a father figure. We also have the King of Coins here, which is Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Also a good descriptor to or accompanier to the Emperor, so they might be the same person for some of you. For others of you, the energy of the Emperor is all about structure, control, keeping things flowing. The Emperor is in charge of the entire empire. All the kings and queens answer to him. So the empire kind of sits, on top of everything. And it's a pretty big job. This is somebody who understands that everything that he does or she does has an effect on everything and everyone in his empire. So this is a person who makes sure that everything's in alignment to the best of their ability. It can also represent, as a person, it can also represent not only you being in charge, Cancer, but it can represent somebody who is in charge. I mean, it could be a CEO, VIP, etc., which is also why it connects to father and father figure. So that's your overall energy and focus for the last half of June. I'm actually feeling, Cancer, like for many of you, this is somebody external to you. Because it looks like something has come in some kind of new perspective, or something that's been revealed, a new perspective that's putting you in the position of making a choice of some kind. And again, I think that for many of you, it's about this Emperor as a person who is not you. So we have the Ace of Swords and the Sun, and we'll clarify all this too. Swords is mental energy, and the Ace of Swords kind of represents the mind. Aces can often represent new beginnings, new opportunities, and the Ace of Swords is air. Air is the element which governs the suit of swords, and so this is all mental, cerebral, intellectual energy. The Ace of Swords can represent success too, but what it does is it comes in, the sword comes in and it cuts away all extraneous fantasy and illusion, and it illuminates or exposes something for being what it is. So you can look at something, it could be seeing something completely new, like getting a new idea, or it can represent, which I think it does for many of you here that I'm reading for, it illuminates something. It clarifies something to be the reality of what it actually is, which might be different than what you have been seeing it as, or what you have been telling yourself that it is. Basically, what the Ace of Swords does is it comes in and it brings in truth, or reveals the truth about something, which therefore gives you the opportunity to make decisions or take actions that will create a healthier and more successful reality for yourself. So sometimes the Ace of Swords, Cancer, sometimes the Ace of Swords can be a little challenging to take, especially if this is about a person, place, or situation that you have been seeing in one light, or accepting as being one thing, or telling yourself that it's one thing, and then the energy of the Ace of Swords comes in and says that this is what it really is. So you have an opportunity in that honesty, in that reality, to make choices and decisions to either stay your course or do something different to create a healthier reality for yourself, which is further underscored by its accompanying card, the Sun, which is also a card of illumination, of clarification. But again, the Ace, it represents the number one, so there's an opportunity here. The Sun is life, love, warmth, laughter. It releases energy. It uplifts previously restrictive energies. It can be something that takes the pressure off. So it feels to me, Cancer, like something has come in. You're seeing something, someone, a situation, for what it actually is, rather than what you thought it was. And in that place, you are able to make a decision about it. And again, I feel like for some of you, this is about another person and your relationship to that other person. We have here the King of Coins and the Chariot. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Coins is governed, or Pentacles as it's known in other decks, is governed by the element of Earth. So this is all about often the physical, our physical selves, our physical life, the day-to-day structure of our physical world, which is why coins or pentacles is often, points to things like money, finance, property, resources, assets, job, long-term stable relationships, everything in the physical day-to-day life of our world that makes us feel safe, stable, gives us a sense of continuity, or the efforts we put into attaining people, places, and things, which give us that kind of physical security and structure. And it's accompanied by the Chariot, which is a card of success. It's a card of perseverance and determination. It's a card of staying focused on your goals, being ambitious, being driven, not allowing anything to get in between you and what it is that you want, or what it is that you're working to create. Let's clarify some of these, because while I feel that there's a relationship in here somewhere, for some of you it might be seeing a situation in its reality, which allows you to go, okay, do I do this, or do I make this choice, or do I make this choice? It might be about a relationship, or it might be about something else in your life which is going to affect a relationship, because I'm really kind of feeling drawn to that. So let's clarify this Ace of Swords. The Two of Coins and the Ten of Cups. So this illumination, this clarity which has come in, again, it puts you in a position to make a choice about something. And even choosing to stay on the path that you're on is a choice as well. Because twos usually represent, they represent being at a crossroads, duality. They can sometimes represent balance. The Two of Coins can represent that you may be juggling things and maintaining a sense of balance in that juggling. But at a certain point, that kind of activity has to cease. And you have to make a decision one way or the other to go this way, to stick with this thing, to go to that thing. And it looks like it's about your home and family, whatever that might mean to you, because we have the Ten of Cups that clarifies the Two of Coins, which is the happy home card. This is, tens in the tarot represent cycle completion, the circle closing, something coming to a fulfillment, sometimes ending, sometimes just everything connecting in a way that, you don't need anything else to be part of it, because in every suit, the 10 represents the absolute fulfillment or the most of that energy you can get. So I feel like something has come in for you, Cancer. You're seeing something either for the first time, or just seeing it for the reality that it is. And it's putting you in a position to have to make, a decision perhaps to stay the course knowing what you know now, or maybe make some decisions to create a different reality for yourself. And the connection here is with home and family, whatever that might mean to you. The Ten of Cups represents that place where you feel like everything has just finally come together and connected. This is like having the kind of life, your vision, your ideal life. It can represent marriage, children, childbirth, whatever, your ideal vision of home and family life is for you. So it feels like there's some decision that needs to be made here. So let's clarify the Sun. I'm just going to clarify everything that I want to right now. Let's clarify this Sun. It's interesting because I feel like this new perspective that you have with the Ace of Swords, Cancer, is about your ideal vision, your ideal dream, this Ten of Cups, this Sun card. It might be viewing a relationship or a situation that involves your relationship or affects your relationship by saying, okay, this is what it is. As it is, it's not going to lead to, what I thought I was working for. So what do I do? Can I transform this? Should I leave it? Should I stay with it? The Wheel and the Four of Swords. So the Wheel is unexpected divine energy, and in the upright position it represents good fortune, even if it doesn't feel that way. Sometimes it can represent a blessing in disguise. And the Four of Swords is a card of recovery, recuperation, respite, restoration. Let's clarify this King of Coins. Again, for the Cancers for whom I'm reading, I really feel like the King of Coins is a person separate from you, as well as the Emperor. It might be two different people for you. Perhaps the choice you need to make is, whether to stay or go within a relationship. You might have perhaps two different offers. It might be about a job or financial situation in your life which might not be about a primary relationship, but the decision you make could affect or influence a primary relationship. Let's clarify this King of Coins. The Knight of Coins and the Knight of Cups. So there's some offers coming in. Again, I keep getting this sense of duality, crossroads, and choices. And we have two knights here, which can represent, two different opportunities or two different offers coming in. Because knights are the traditional deliverers in the tarot. They charge off, they have a mission, they have a quest. When you think about the traditional roles of knights in the medieval world, they have something to accomplish. So there's an offer, there is an opportunity coming in for you. Some of you, this may be two different people, and the issue for you may be between choosing to stay with the old or the course that you have been on, whether it's a relationship or a job situation or some combination of that. Do I stay with this? Because what it feels like to me, Cancer, is you have had some kind of realization that whatever this situation or relationship that you're in perhaps is not going to lead to the fulfillment of it, the ideal of it, that you thought it was. So, for example, if this was a relationship, because it looks like it definitely affects your happy home, it looks like there's been some perspective or realization that, you know what, I've been putting all my time and effort into this, and I'm just seeing now or accepting now that the way that it is not going to lead to my 10 of Cups. So therefore, what do I do about this? I feel like it is that for some of you, and you may have two different people coming in, like somebody else coming in with an offer, or somebody else that might be interested in you. Again, this could be work and career too. It could be, staying in a job which you're working at with some goal in mind, and all of a sudden it's clear to you that at least on the path that you're on with this job or relationship or situation, that 10 of Cups is not going to materialize. And meanwhile, you have another offer coming in the last half of June. Relationships, it's the same thing. Let's clarify this Chariot. Because the Chariot is also very fast, very determined, very powerful energy. That's an interesting reading, Cancer. The Tower and the Lovers. My goodness. These major arcana cards, Cancer. So this looks like a pretty important situation, a pretty impactful situation. We have more choices here, more choice energy, important, significant choices. I mean, the Tower represents usually an unexpected event, something that comes in kind of out of the blue. I mean, we do have the Wheel of Fortune, something that comes out of the blue, and it shakes up or seriously shakes up or breaks down something that you thought was solid, stable, reliable, something that was going to be in place for some time. And the Lovers can be about that kind of twin flame or soulmate relationship, a relationship or situation where you feel very passionate about, very connected to, but it also represents fundamentally making some kind of decision or choice, and it's an important decision or choice. We have the Tower, the Lovers, the Wheel, the Sun, the Chariot, the Emperor. There's a lot of major arcana cards here, Cancer. So the implication is that whatever this is, it's the decisions that you make are going to have a profound impact on your life and on your relationships. It looks like there's an important decision that needs to be made about whatever information has come in, whatever this new perspective is, or this new reality that you're seeing or accepting perhaps, there's a decision that needs to come out of it. And it looks like you have two clear options, two clear paths. It's either two different job offers, two different jobs, staying in the one you're at or taking a new one that's coming in. Or with a person, staying with the one that you're in, even though you're like, it's not going to get to where I want, but I have all this time and history and effort and love and time invested in it. And for some of you, it looks like there's a new one coming in. So let's see if we can just quickly clarify this decision. The Eight of Cups and the Nine of Wands, two distinctly different cards. The Eight of Cups, leaving, turning your back, walking away, because ultimately, whether or not you thought it was going to be something else and it's just turned out differently, this is somebody who's made up their mind to turn their backs and leave something which ultimately is showing to be disappointing or unfulfilling, particularly emotionally, because water governs the element of cups, which is all about our emotional landscape. And then the Nine of Wands, which talks about being close to the end of something, feeling discouraged, depressed. Do I give up? I've been through all of this already. This is the Wounded Warrior card. I've been through all of these battles, all of this, and you know, do I keep going? Do I give up? I feel like giving up. So, and often, not always, but often the Nine of Wands is pushing through to the end. You're almost at the end of something, which is a very hard burden to bear. The very next card, which would be, of course, the Ten of Wands, is a man carrying a load of wands that's so heavy he can't even stand up straight. And in this deck, it's somebody who's crawling on his belly. So, again, it's leaving or staying here. So, the details and specifics, of course, are going to vary, Cancer, because there's a lot of you watching in general readings, and everybody has different things going on in your life. So, again, it could be a workplace situation where you have the choice to stay in something that you now see is probably not going to turn out to be the ideal that you've been working on, or a relationship, staying with the one that you have all this time and effort and history in, even though you have the opportunity or options for something else, but kind of, in the midst of that, it's because you're seeing something for what it really is, the thing that you've been invested in, the job or the person that you've been invested in. It feels like you're seeing that it's likely that it's not going to culminate in your happy home, happily ever after, whatever that vision or ideal is for you. And so that leaves you in the position of, do I stay with this and accept it the way it is, especially if you don't feel it can be transformed? Or do I leave for this new opportunity, or the possibility, so I can have options for this new opportunity, though it looks like one's coming in for you, whether it's work or whether it's love. It looks like it's one's coming in for you. So, what to do? Wow, pretty intense. So Cancer, let's just pull one or two advice cards. And I don't mean advice in terms of yes or no, because some of you, this is a yes, some of you it's going to be a no. But what is the best advice or energy to help Cancer navigate through this period of time, through this situation? What should Cancer best focus on to help them make a choice? The Ten of Coins and the Two of Wands, another two. Choices all over this. Here we have another 10. You have two tens, the brighter 10 as I call it, the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Coins. So the 10 of Coins is the 10 of Earth. This is stability, structure. So what do you need to focus on to help you make the best decision possible for you, meaning the decision that Spirit would support that leads to your joy and fulfillment? It's about focusing on what makes you feel safe, solid, stable, reliable, gives you a sense of continuity. Because the Ten of Coins is like, retiring with a great benefits package, or, accepting a relationship offer or love offer that guarantees you, or at least as much as we can in life, long-term stability and security, because that's what the Ten of Coins represents. It's long-term stability, security, commitment. It's for better or for worse, all of that kind of stuff. It is the fulfillment of the suit of coins, which is all about, how secure and stable and rooted we feel in our life, whether it's financial and material things or emotional things. So Cancer, your advice in thinking about this and contemplating what the best decision or choice is to make it be about, to focus on what would give you the greatest possibility of having this Ten of Coins and Ten of Cups, your happy home, that long-term, stable, secure structure in your life. And that's what you kind of need to focus on in making the best decision for yourself through this. So Cancer, that is your reading for the last half of June. I hope that you found it helpful and useful and not too confusing. There's a ton of cards out here. Again, if you'd like to take a deeper look at something or reach out for a personal reading or information on that, just click on the description link below. Feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. I would be delighted to work with you. I will see you all again in a couple of weeks for the July general readings. Take care, stay safe and well, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.